Hi, it's Jenny Dane. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. So the World Series is going on right now, and I am glued watching. Like many LA natives, you grow up watching the Dodger game and going to the stadium, watching a game, and I definitely did that growing up. I would go with my mom and my dad, and I've gone since I was little. Now that they're in the World Series, I was looking for some Dodger clothes to wear in my closet, and I didn't have any, and I can't accept that. I think it's a cute way to wear and support your favorite team in your own personal style, and vintage style is definitely my bread and butter. So I'm really excited. If you like this style content, please consider liking and subscribing, and hopefully I can get it done before the World Series ends. So let's hurry up and get started.
For this project, we're using pattern Simplicity 1319, going for short version B. I've always wanted to give this one a try, so this is a perfect opportunity. Using a Dodger print fabric, this looks very vintage to me, so this is a perfect combo. I started with the back panel. It has two sides, so I sewed them together, and then I placed the blue fleece that I forgot to show in the beginning, but it's like this fleece blanket material, and I matched it up to the print fabric, and then I base stitched the sides together so it wouldn't shift around, and then I added a yoke and base stitched it down to the fleece lining. The front of the bodice has two sides on each side of the shoulder, and I sewed those down. Meanwhile, I was watching the first game of the World
Go, go,
Series,
go!
and me and my mom were having lots of
Yeah,
fun.
woo!
He ran his ass off. Oh, I like to see.
My mom is my favorite person to watch sports games with because she really gets into it.
This is what we have so far. To be honest, the instructions were a little confusing, so I decided to work on one side to figure it out. And now that I like how it looks, it's kind of cool. This is like a little hidden pocket that we're going to fix up. But now that I have it figured out on one side, I'm going to show you how to do this side and we'll complete the jacket. I really like how it's turning out. It's kind of thick, but it's due to the fleece lining. But yeah, it's going to be a very warm, cozy jacket. So let me show you how to fix up the side.
Starting with the front panel, I ironed down to where the dart began, and I ironed it all the way so now there is a pressed line down the front of the jacket, and I use that as a placeholder to where I would put my lining. Oh, I've been using beeswax to run through my thread before base stitching down, and that's been such a lifesaver when I'm hand stitching. The thread doesn't get caught up when I'm stitching, and I don't know why I waited so long to try it out. It really does make a difference in your hand sewing. Your thread is not going to get caught, well, as much. This is the bottom edge of the front panel, and I just sewed it so it would match up to that corner edge. So now it is the same length. Placing the front-facing fabric together, I pinned down the two sides of the back and front panels together, and I pinned it down and took it to the sewing machine and sewed it down. Meanwhile, I was watching, I think this was game 2 at this point. This has been such a fun but stressful time watching the World Series. I think I stress sewed this jacket so fast because I would watch the game and then I couldn't take it anymore, and then I would just keep sewing. But it's been so fun. It's looking good so far, but job's not done until the very end. I also just love watching a really good game, and the Yankees have been such a good competitor, and both teams have been such a great job, so it's really giving a good performance from both sides. But go Dodgers! Now for the pocket fold in the front, I'm doing a little comparison for how the size that they recommend, and for the one that I'm changing, I want it a little more tapered in and not, oh, don't fall, please don't fall. So I have mine tapered in a little more than this one. Imagine it with having the seam folded in, but it's a little too long, and I wanted to show a little more of the side instead of the fold to cover it, so that's why I have it like this, or it feels like it's a little more tapered. So it's always good just to put it on the dress form and to see how it looks instead of just blindly following the pattern. You could tailor it to how it looks and feels good on you.
This is the more tapered side, and you see this is how much I took it in, and I'm going to make the other side the same size.
I placed the lining on the front facing fabric and I pinned it together, pinned down one side and also the bottom hem so I could flip it inside out and there still be an opening on one side. Before flipping it inside out, I trimmed the lining. I think this is due because the fleece is a little bit more stretchy than the front facing fabric. Gave it a good press and I placed the adjusted panel on top of this one so I could match up the sides so they could be the same side on both sides. The same size, excuse me. I trimmed off the excess fabric and I folded it in and base stitched it down. And you're getting like, I would say 2 a.m. me finishing up this fabric, so I don't look very glamorous. I was ready for bed right after this. I attached the cuff on the end of the sleeve and I hand stitched down the front panel, so here's what it looks like. It's looking very cozy. Also wanted to show what the inside looks like of the hidden pocket, just hand stitched it down. And now it is time for the final reveal. This is so cozy. This is my first jacket that I've made and I love it. The lining is perfect for when I do want to wear this when I go to a Dodger game and at night it gets cold, so this is just perfect. I would love to make this again with just fleece lining. I think in multiple different colors it'd be really nice to wear with different outfit options. And thank you for watching. See you in the next one. Bye!